Hello everyone, welcome to part 16 of my video series featuring Build the Millennium Falcon by Agostini. In this episode we're going to have a look at issue 29 and 30. I have them over here actually, but before we get to that I just wanted to show you the state of the build so far. And the fact that I actually put together the jigsaw assembly rig and put the framework on top of it. So I actually didn't get one of those plywood boards or anything and glue these jigsaw puzzle pieces together. I just kind of put them together as they were, and then they can actually support the framework just fine like this. So I don't think I'm going to need to do anything more than that. So as you can see, the framework is currently on top of the jigsaw, and I can remove it like this, and then you have everything here. And as you can see, of course, there are still some bits missing on this side here, and they will come in future issues. So yeah, this is pretty cool, and it's very helpful when you are working on this build here to have this assembly jig to kind of support the whole construction here. Alright, so now we're going to have a look at these two issues here. I have issue 29 and issue 30 right here. So yeah, I'm gonna start with issue 29, so sit back and I hope you'll enjoy this video. Alright guys, so these are the parts that comes with issue 29, and first and foremost we get this piece here, which is the turret ring, and I think I mentioned this in my previous video. This is basically the ring that goes onto the framework in the very center of the Millennium Falcon, both on the top and on the bottom. And it of course surrounds the turret area of the Millennium Falcon. So yeah, it's a massive piece. It's made out of the same metallic material as all of the other framework parts. Then we get two bags here, some of those small silver screws and some of those black screws. And then finally we get some pieces for the framework. So that's basically it, guys. It's a very simple issue in terms of parts, this one. But the instructions actually go ahead and mention that you can install the turret ring, as you can see here, hopefully. So that's actually what I'm going to do in this video. But yeah, I think I'm going to do that next up here before we have a look at issue 30. So let me get the framework and we'll have a look at the assembling. Okay, so here we go. That was actually surprisingly easy, I would say. The holes along the ring here were aligning perfectly almost. I almost didn't have to do anything in order for them to align with the holes and everything. So that was very easy. Some of them were a bit more tricky, but everything seemed to fit in perfectly. And I'm actually quite surprised that it was this easy to do. So yeah, this adds a lot of stability to the whole framework right now actually, because this is like a saucer shaped dish thing. So there's a curve to the whole framework here, and with this centerpiece here, which is one solid piece, everything just is centered here, and it's just a stabilizing addition to the framework, I think. So that's actually very, very nice. Obviously, I didn't work with the assembly jig underneath. I think that's more of a storage thing for now, because you can't actually do that when you have to twist and turn the framework when you are screwing in the screws and everything. So yeah, for now, once I've done this, I'll put it back on the assembly jig, and then yeah, I guess we'll just have a look at issue 30 that I have right here. And as you can see, we get yet another of those big assembly thingies. So yeah, so far so good. Now let's have a look at the parts that comes with issue 30. Okay guys, so here are the parts that comes with issue 30, and it's basically your typical package more or less. You get part of the assembly jig here once again, so now we are really close at having all of these pieces. And it also comes with these two cushion pads here that we've seen before. They just stick right onto the holes here in the puzzle piece here. And then we get part of the hull here, which is again quite an ominous piece. It has these two long pegs as well. But yeah, don't really know much about that right now. Then we get 3 bags containing some screws. There are some silver screws, some brass screws, and some black screws. And then finally we get this bag here containing some framework parts. And there are 2 framework parts, and then you have one of those radial stiffening ribs, as they call them. And then you get one of those rib connectors. We've seen those before when we were assembling the framework. So that's basically it, guys. And if we look to the instructions, they actually tell you to... Yeah, they actually tell you to add an additional section to the framework. So that's also something that we'll be doing in this video. So yeah, let me get out the framework once again, and we'll have a look at adding these parts here. Alright guys, that was basically it, and it was pretty simple and straightforward, just like we've seen it before when adding to this framework here. What we did was basically add this section here, which contains 3 minor pieces, as well as the supporting rib here on this edge here. everything was pretty simple and straightforward. The only struggle I had was with the screw here and also a bit with this screw here. Actually, I almost came to the point that I ruined this screw because it was so tight. I couldn't get it all the way in. So I actually replaced it with a different screw, and I managed to get that one in perfectly. And then I used the almost ruined screw up in this corner here, because this hole was much easier to insert into. And I don't feel like wasting any of these black screws if I can avoid it. So now everything is very solid and stable, so that's very good. So yeah, it's coming along very nicely now, and I must say once again that this turret ring in the middle here is really adding a lot of stability to the overall structure here, so that's really nice. I can really feel it when I'm handling this entire framework, that everything seems much more stable right now. So that's awesome, I think. And by the way, I just noticed that I forgot adding one of the black screws down here in the ring, but I'm gonna do that after I'm done with this video here. So yeah, it looks really nice now, and on this side, again, you can see what it looks like here. Again, the turret ring really adds to the stability here, and the whole saucer shape is much more, it supports its own weight much more right now, it seems. So that's very nice, I think. So yeah, it's looking really nice, I think, and it's coming along. I know that I'm not really that fast with making these videos here. I'm basically doing this when I have the time and the energy for it. So I'm far behind, but I'd like to do this at my own pace, because then I'm able to actually enjoy it much more. So I hope you'll bear with me, and I hope you still enjoy watching these videos, even though I'm a bit slow. But yeah, I guess that basically wraps up this video here covering issues 29 and 30. I hope to have my next video up very soon after this one. I should be able to have it out within maybe the next couple of days, I think, because I have a bit of extra spare time now. But I hope you enjoyed watching this, guys. If you have any questions or comments, of course, go ahead and leave them in the section below. And yeah, like and subscribe and everything. And also do check out my Facebook page and my Instagram. I have a presence there as well, and you might find something that you'll like. I don't know. Go ahead and check it out in any case. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.